Hello again, greetings and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, a very warm welcome. This is a channel all about the history of religion and spirituality, all things spiritual. Today I want to talk to you a bit more about Theosophy. I have a video. It's probably called Intro to Theosophy. I'll put a link to it in the description box that gives you the history of the beginnings of the Theosophical Society and a bit about the TSA in the United States. I want to let you know that basic things about Theosophy. The organization has a number of pamphlets that they will send to you free of charge. You can find out about them at their mailing address in Wheaton, Illinois, USA, which I will put in the description box as well. Also, you can email them at info@theosophical.org or just look at their website by the same name. So, what is it that Theosophical people believe or practice? Well, first let me say there are sort of two branches to Theosophy. And the first would be called ancient wisdom or perhaps a perennial philosophy. And these are beliefs that come from ancient times, were passed down into the various cultures all around the world, and are also, seeds of them are found in the various religions, the legitimate religions of the world. And then the other branch is modern Theosophy. And that's Theosophy as it's presented to the world today by the Theosophical Society. Let me start by saying there are no doctrines that must be accepted for you to study Theosophy, but people are encouraged to think for themselves and accept what is reasonable and is legitimate in their own experiences. You don't just accept what a teacher says or something because you read it in a book, but investigation and contemplation about these topics is encouraged. Let me tell you, one of the basic teachings of Theosophy is that all is one, that every person and everything from the smallest atom to the largest universe is interconnected and interdependent. And therefore, what you do or don't do affects not only yourself, but those around you. So let me get into, connected with that, some of the actual ideas that Theosophists teach and believe in. Theosophy is really a worldview. It's a way of looking at life. And one of the basic teachings is that of reincarnation. And this comes from their idea that everything in the world, including our universes themselves, are constantly evolving, are appearing and disappearing. That everything, whether it's material or intellectual or even in the realm, especially in the realm of consciousness, is continually growing, evolving to higher levels. And so because of that, they believe that the way a human does this is through reincarnation. That it is important for us to learn all about life, everything that life has to teach us. So a the essence of a person, sometimes called the soul. You may most often hear it called the soul, or the spirit, or the divine spark, or the heart, the inner man. Something that is just the very essence of the person is what evolves. And this soul then reincarnates in different bodies, having different personalities. So it is not my particular personality that I have right now that is evolving, although in this lifetime it should. I hope that I'll get better, more spiritual, more intellectual, smarter, wiser during this lifetime. But my soul, or my inner spirit, is what is going to continue to evolve after this lifetime is over. And as a companion piece to that is karma. Now, karma is really moral justice. And that is that the things that have happened in past lives will affect what is happening in this life, and the things I experience, the things that I do in this life will affect any future lives that I may have. And this allows for a much fairer look at life as we look around and see that some people can never catch a break, and other people seem to have everything go right. This gives some a way of approaching what seems to be the unfairness of life as really a fair system that can't go wrong. So in addition to that, of course, I'm talking about existing as a spirit or a soul and having other lives. That means that there are worlds of experience beyond just this physical body. There's an afterlife and an in-between life and higher realms of consciousness. And the presence of life and consciousness is in all matter. All are one. There is life in a form of life in everything that you see and don't see. I've mentioned before, or tried to say it, but I'll put it in a clear sentence. The spirit and intelligence evolves as well as physical matter. So that means there's a possibility that we can participate in this evolutionary process. We can study and do things that will help the process of intellectual and moving to higher levels of consciousness. I like to say becoming a better person. Theosophists also believe that the power of our thoughts affect our lifetime now and everything around us, and that all people have free will, and because of that we are self-responsible. We must take responsibility for our thoughts and our actions. Altruism is a duty of every person. That is that we have a concern for the welfare of others and do our best to help others. I'd say that Theosophists, people who study Theosophy as well, are also optimistic in that they believe that humanity and society is headed toward a perfect state. So how would these practices these ideas maybe show up in the practices of a person studying Theosophy? Well, most believe in meditating, and they meditate regularly, if they can, for the purpose of knowing themselves, finding answers to life's big questions, and also as a way of helping humanity. Secondly, most are vegetarians and also avoid the use of furs or skins where animals are killed. Some, of course, progress even further in avoiding things like dairy products, eggs, wool, products and things that we have where an animal is not actually killed, doesn't have to die for our preferences, but is in some way manipulated or taken advantage of. And so these people move on to just a plant-based diet. Most don't use alcohol or drugs except on the advice of a physician for medical purposes. They support the rights of all human beings for fairness and just treatment. So that means they'd be all about women's rights and rights of minorities, people having the right to practice their own religion. They would respect other cultures that might be different than theirs. And because they respect other cultures, they also respect all of the legitimate world's religions and your religious beliefs, whatever they might be. So you could find Theosophists who are Christian or Jewish or Muslim or Zoroastrian or Hindu or Buddhist. And you'll also find Theosophists who have no affiliation with any religion at all. The society itself is an expression of the belief that human beings, however diverse their backgrounds, can communicate and cooperate. And I, in my last video, have gone over their mission statement with you that shows how this idea of the oneness of all and the ability to cooperate should be manifested in their own lives. Well, that gives you just a peek into the life of someone who studies Theosophy. If you have any questions or comments or an experience of your own that you'd like to share, I hope that you'll put them in the comment section. And I hope that you'll join with me again next time, and we'll look at another topic, another religion or spiritual movement. In the meantime, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.